I was in a secret relationship with Ethan Shen for 5 years. On my 24th birthday, he turned around and married his late-stage cancer ex-girlfriend, Bai Yuguang. He forced me to take off the necklace he gave me 5 years ago and give it to Bai Yuguang. Then, he accused me of leaking company bid materials and publicly humiliated me. What was even more absurd was that to protect his ex-girlfriend, he personally pushed me, who was carrying his child, down, causing me to lose the baby. Thankfully, I met Liu Zhou. Not only did he help me expose the truth that Bai Yuguang faked her illness to marry him, but he also treated me like a precious treasure. Ethan Shen, it's too late for your regrets now. Chloe Song, I'm not something you deserve to touch in this lifetime. I had a secret relationship with Ethan Shen for 5 years. On my 24th birthday, he married Bai Yuguang instead. My silent questioning, Ethan Shen completely ignored. She's in the late stages of cancer. Only a month to live. This is her only wish. I can't let her leave with regrets. Bai Yuguang leaned on his shoulder, her eyes full of provocation. I don't like goodbyes. Weddings should be a celebration. Why not now? With one sentence from Bai Yuguang, the birthday party that was meant to be for me turned into her and Ethan Shen's wedding celebration. My brother and friends took turns offering their blessings. When it was my turn, I neither cried nor made a scene. Under Ethan Shen's warning glare, I calmly picked up my glass. Wish you both a happy marriage. May you be locked in it for life. As soon as the words were spoken, the entire room went silent. Everyone turned to look at me. Ethan Shen's fingers gripped his glass so tightly they turned white, and he patted the seat beside him. Stop causing a scene. Ching, come sit here. The seat beside him used to be mine. Now, there was someone else, Bai Yuguang. I ignored him and sat beside my brother. Ethan Shen's gaze darkened immediately. My brother laughed to ease the tension. Yuxuan, though we know you see Qing as a sister, you're married now. You can't be so casual anymore. Watch out for Bai Yuguang getting jealous. Bai Yuguang was practically glued to him, her arm around his. Ethan Shen sneered. I just want Bai Yuguang to leave without regrets. This marriage will expire in a month. Besides, if I really wanted to marry her, would I have waited this long? My brother and the others didn't believe him. When Bai Yuguang went abroad, you were down for over half a year. The most eligible bachelor in the capital, just hanging out with us every day, without a single girlfriend. You said you didn't want a relationship. But now, with one word from Bai Yuguang, you're rushing to the registry office. Who's going to believe you weren't waiting for her? Yeah, I remember when Ethan Shen got drunk and admitted he was waiting for Bai Yuguang to come back. I wasn't making it up. Everyone who heard it is here. Everyone at the table confirmed Ethan Shen had said that. I kept my head down, drinking in silence, though my heart ached with every beat. I had been with Ethan Shen since I was 18. At 22, I wanted to go public. But Ethan Shen said he was the investor behind my brother and that once the relationship was made public, people would misinterpret our connection. He was worried I was too young to handle it. At 23, he said we could go public when I turned 24, if we were still together. Today was my 24th birthday. But he married Bai Yuguang instead. Bai Yuguang smiled triumphantly. Ching, though Ethan Shen and I have had our ups and downs, we really did get married. Ethan Shen must have given you lots of gifts over the years on your birthday. Don't you want to give me something in return? I really like the necklace you're wearing. Can you give it to me? My fingers instinctively curled, and my chest tightened. This was the necklace Ethan Shen gave me for my 18th birthday. It was the same year he confessed his feelings for me. 5 years had passed, and I couldn't bring myself to take it off. Seeing I didn't respond, my brother tried to smooth things over. Ching, you know Ethan Shen has always been waiting for Bai Yuguang. They were delayed for so many years. Why not just let them be together? I looked at Ethan Shen, but he remained silent. Until Bai Yuguang crawled onto his lap and began to act coy. Ethan Shen, I really like it. Can you buy me another one like it? That way, I'll have no regrets. Ethan Shen chuckled softly, pulling her closer. Don't talk about such gloomy things. This necklace isn't even worth much. Ching, since your sister-in-law wants it, just give it to her. I suddenly didn't know what to say. Since I was 18, I had been with him without a public label. For 5 years, we kept our love secret. He liked me in spaghetti straps, so I stopped wearing my old white t-shirts. He wanted excitement, so we stayed underground. But at this moment, I realized that the love I had offered for 5 years meant nothing to him. Bai Yuguang was still immersed in Ethan Shen's affection, and under the crowd's teasing, she kissed him. I didn't shout or make a scene. Silently, I took off the necklace and placed it on the table. Ethan Shen is right. This necklace isn't worth much, so it's yours now. Ethan Shen's eyes were locked on me, his pupils filled with fury. Bai Yuguang cried out in pain as he loosened his grip, and then sneered, since Qing is so generous, you should accept it. Yuguang. Bai Yuguang looked at it a few times, then showed a look of disdain. It doesn't look that great. It's not even close to the ones you gave me. She casually tossed it to the maid who was cleaning the table. Take it. It might be worth a few bucks. Seeing that necklace mixed in with food scraps, my blood froze. Ethan Shen looked at my pale face, his voice cold and hard. What are you still doing? Tonight's celebration is for my marriage. Everyone drink and no one leaves early. My face was as white as paper. I'm fine. You guys enjoy yourselves. I have things to do. As soon as I spoke, Ethan Shen's face darkened. I ignored him and turned to leave the private room. By the time I reached the parking lot of the villa, I hadn't received a single message from Ethan Shen. He didn't give me an explanation, but he posted on social media. I clicked it without thinking. In the video, he and Bai Yuguang were sharing a biscuit, laughing and kissing. As their lips touched, everyone pitied Bai Yuguang and Ethan Shen for being separated for 5 years. But no one knew about me, Chloe Song, hidden for 5 years. In the video, Bai Yuguang, blushing, kissed his Adam's apple, her eyes full of charm. Ethan Shen didn't push her away. His eyes were dangerously wild, a look I had only seen in bed before. But now, it belonged to Bai Yuguang. Ethan Shen, if this is your choice, I'll let you go. I smiled bitterly. Then, I liked his post. Silently, I began clearing out the things that belonged to me from the villa. I had asked Ethan Shen to go public countless times. I begged, I threatened, even when I fainted in bed, I was asking when we would go public. But Ethan Shen kept making excuse after excuse. Until Bai Yuguang appeared, and Ethan Shen took her to meet his friends, calling her big sister-in-law, announcing their marriage. At that moment, I understood everything. He didn't not want to go public, he just didn't love me. After everything was settled, I returned home. As soon as I opened the door, my parents called me on video. Do you remember Leo Zhou, the boy you grew up with? He's back in the country. Why not meet up? Over the years with Ethan Shen, my parents had suggested various good men. They were just waiting for me to approve. But every time, I refused. Now, I was 24. It wasn't too late to start a new relationship. Under my parents' cautious gazes, this time, I didn't refuse. Okay, I then submitted my resignation letter to the company. I had loved Ethan Shen so much that I stayed on as an intern right after graduation, helping him win bids, working overtime to analyze data, gather materials, and create plans. During that time, I lost 10 pounds. Ethan Shen was always concerned and would send food from his private chef to the company for me. Though we were in a secret relationship, his affection for me was never hidden. But now, that special treatment was Bai Yuguang's. Not long after sending my resignation email, I received a call from Ethan Shen. When I answered, there was a strange, dead silence. In the past, whenever either of us called, I would always be the one to start the conversation. But this time, I couldn't even summon the strength to speak. Just as I thought Ethan Shen wouldn't speak, preparing to hang up the phone, his voice came through, filled with disdain. Chloe Song, what's this about? Liking my post and submitting your resignation? Bai Yuguang only has a month left to live. Can't you wait one more month? Are you not afraid I'll really break up with you? In the past, I was terrified, deeply afraid. So, I always acted obedient and sweet in front of him. But now, I didn't want to pretend anymore. Ethan Shen, then let's break up. The next day, I received the news that my resignation was approved. HR's tone was cold. They told me to pack up and leave, and not to step foot in the company again. Clearly, Ethan Shen was really upset this time. As I passed by the different departments, I heard many mocking comments. Ethan Shen only took care of her because she's his partner's sister. Did she really think she could become Mrs. Shen? In the end, she's running away with her tail between her legs. Even though Ethan Shen pampered her, what did she do? She made the real Mrs. Shen look bad, and now she deserves to be kicked out. These cruel comments fell on deaf ears as I continued clearing my desk. Once the seal was stamped, Ethan Shen and I would have nothing to do with each other again. Wait. A cold voice came from behind me. Ethan Shen's voice. Bai Yuguang was leaning against him, provoking me with a smile. I heard the secret bidding information leaked this morning. I was told Secretary Song was involved. I looked at Ethan Shen. Do you suspect it was me? Whether it was or not, we can check the computer, he said with a glance. I turned to see my seat had been taken by the company's IT staff. It felt like a slap to the face. These bidding materials were something I had worked tirelessly on. And now, Ethan Shen was suspecting I leaked them. Don't touch my computer. They not only planned to go through the files in my computer, but also wanted to recover the deleted ones. But what if they did? The photos I had deleted, along with evidence of my relationship with Ethan Shen, would be exposed. But the security guards blocked me. I couldn't do anything. Ethan Shen, tell them not to touch my computer. I didn't leak the information. Ethan Shen's face turned pale with anger as he grabbed my hand. Did you leak it? People around us started murmuring. It's definitely Chloe Song. If it wasn't her, why the big reaction? Maybe she couldn't get Ethan Shen, and out of spite, leaked the bid materials to the competition. She's disgusting. Ethan Shen coldly interrupted. Everyone shut up. Have the files been restored? Restored. I quickly turned my head. You can't open them. Ethan Shen. Ethan Shen tightly gripped my wrist. Open them. The photos came up on the screen, one by one, as if my last shred of dignity was torn away. The overwhelming sense of humiliation almost made me burst into tears. Ethan Shen's face was dark, unreadable. After a long silence, he smiled, looking at the photos. Chloe Song, are you a dream girl? Where did you find all these photos and Photoshop my face onto them? Laughter echoed around the room. At that moment, humiliation washed over me like a tide. He had kept his marriage to Bai Yuguang a secret. I accepted it. He turned my birthday into their wedding party. I swallowed it. But I never expected him to humiliate me like this, in front of everyone. Bai Yuguang sneered. Chloe Song, do you like Ah Chuan? If you admit it, I can give him to you. Ethan Shen frowned. Why are you making a fuss with Qing? Everyone knows I see her as a sister. If you like these photos, just ask someone to Photoshop more for us. He was getting back at me for bringing up breaking up, so he intentionally denied it. But those words still felt like knives cutting through my heart. I clenched my palms tightly, trying to hold back the tears. Bai Yuguang smiled smugly. Ah Chuan, how can you hurt a girl's feelings like that? At least give her some face. What if she runs away like I did years ago and you can't bring her back? Ethan Shen didn't believe I would leave. She won't go anywhere. She'll either follow Dylan Song or stick with me. She throws tantrums. But within 3 days, she'll be begging me to reinstate her. If it were the old me, I wouldn't let a fight with him last more than 36 hours. And I would always be the one to apologize first. I'd eventually end up back with him. But now, Chloe Song didn't love him anymore. When would he realize that? I listened to the surrounding mockery, my heart growing numb. Once the investigators left, I looked at Ethan Shen. Ethan Shen, now that it's clear the leak wasn't me, shouldn't you apologize? The entire room erupted with insults. Is she crazy? She wants Ethan Shen to apologize to her? How big is her face? Ethan Shen should be happy to let her go. There's no evidence it wasn't her. Who's to say it wasn't? Ethan Shen's patience wore thin, and he frowned. I'm just following protocol, checking your computer before you leave the company. You want me to apologize? Chloe Song, are you crazy, or am I crazy? I responded calmly, without a hint of emotion. You know better than anyone where those 300 photos came from. It's not too much to ask for an apology after 5 years, right? Ethan Shen's eyes flickered with a complex expression. Bai Yuguang walked up to me, smiling. Today's situation was poorly handled by Ah Chuan and me. If you're upset, I apologize. She suddenly coughed. Ethan Shen looked alarmed and rushed over to support her, scolding. What are you apologizing for? What's wrong with you? He looked at me, as if seeing a dangerous enemy. Chloe Song, if you want to throw a tantrum at me, she's a sick person. Why are you doing this to her? Bai Yuguang shook her head. I'm fine. I'm still young. Let me go talk to her. She broke free from Ethan Shen's grasp and walked up to me. In an instant, I caught the smug look in her eyes. Before I could process it, she fell to the ground on her own. The room went silent. Everyone saw that she had fallen on her own. Except for Ethan Shen. He rushed over like a madman and shoved me aside. I staggered and crashed into the office desk. A sharp pain shot through my abdomen, and my face went pale. But Ethan Shen didn't even spare me a glance. Chloe Song, you'd better pray nothing happens to Yuguang, or I'll make you wish you were dead. The person I loved for 5 years, now wanted me to suffer for Bai Yuguang. My last hope shattered. Just then, screams erupted from the crowd. I felt blood running down my hands. It was coming from my body. Before I lost consciousness, I saw my brother rush over with a pale face, holding me in his arms, his hands trembling. Don't be afraid. I'm here. After Ethan Shen rushed Bai Yuguang to the emergency room, he received a call from my brother. For the first time, my brother yelled at him, Ethan Shen, I'll deal with you later for what you did to Qing. Get over here right now. She lost the baby. Ethan Shen was frozen. What did you say? Qing was pregnant? My brother was furious. You and Qing talk a lot. Do you know who her boyfriend is? If I find out who that scumbag is, I'll skin him alive. Ethan Shen's grip on the phone tightened. Which hospital are you at? My brother sent him the room number, and Ethan Shen realized it was the same hospital. Just then, the emergency room door opened, and the nurse shouted, Who's here for Bai Yuguang? Ethan Shen hesitated, but ultimately, he chose to go to Bai Yuguang. Are you scared? It's my fault for being sick. I've made you worry. Bai Yuguang reached out to hold Ethan Shen's hand, but he pulled away. Yuguang, we should get a divorce. Bai Yuguang's smile froze. Can you give me a reason? Didn't you say you'd stay with me till the end? Ethan Shen buried his face in his hands, his voice filled with regret. Qing just had a miscarriage. The child was mine. I can't just leave her, he realized, with bitter regret, how badly he had humiliated Chloe Song earlier. I'll leave an assistant here with you. I need to go find Qing. Wait. Bai Yuguang grabbed his hand. If you go to her now, she'll just get angrier. Don't go. Just wait until tomorrow when she calms down. I'll go with you then. Ethan Shen shook his head. He felt as though he was about to lose something. This time, Ethan Shen didn't listen to Bai Yuguang. I have to go. I need to explain things to Qing. I didn't marry you for real. She's been with me for 5 years without a title. That's not fair to her. He pulled away from Bai Yuguang and rushed to my room. When Ethan Shen reached my hospital room, my brother was standing outside, trembling with rage, holding his phone. How's Qing? Hearing Ethan Shen's voice, my brother punched him hard. What's wrong with you? Ethan Shen grabbed my brother by the collar. My brother, holding the phone, asked angrily, Where did these photos come from? I know Qing wouldn't Photoshop things. These are real. Ethan Shen, is the father of Qing's child you? When did this start? How long have you been hiding it from me? Ethan Shen's throat tightened, his voice trembling ever so slightly. 5 years ago, my brother, his eyes red, punched him again. 5 years ago? Qing was only 18. Qing has been with you for 5 years, and you turned around and married Bai Yuguang. His fury overwhelmed him, and he kicked Ethan Shen hard. You're a scumbag. Ethan Shen knew he was in the wrong. He didn't dare fight back, just looked at my brother with guilt. I just want to see Qing. You're not worthy. Qing doesn't want to see you. My brother pushed him away, and the phone hit Ethan Shen's head, drawing blood. Ethan Shen, our friendship ends here. I won't let you near Qing. If you do, I'll call the police. Go back to your Bai Yuguang. Ethan Shen, looking blank, suddenly knelt in front of my brother. Qingshu, I really want to see Qing. Please, let me see her just once. Just then, Bai Yuguang arrived and saw this scene. 5 years ago, when she left the country, Ethan Shen didn't break down like this. Jealousy flashed in her eyes. At that moment, she had a strong feeling. She couldn't let Ethan Shen meet Chloe Song again. Ah, Chuan, you're the CEO of a listed company now. What if the reporters catch this on camera? It would hurt the company's stock price. Bai Yuguang walked over and held him up. When she saw Ethan Shen try to push her away, she grabbed his arm tightly, her voice feigning weakness. I pulled out the IV to see you, not to see you kneeling to another woman. Ah, Chuan, I don't have much time left. Seeing you like this breaks my heart. Come with me, please. You promised to fulfill all my wishes. Are you going back on your word? Ethan Shen's eyes flickered with inner conflict. The crowd around them grew, and Bai Yuguang clutched her chest. It hurts so much. Ah, Chuan, my heart hurts. Ethan Shen snapped back to reality and hurriedly hugged her. Yuguang, don't worry, I'll take you to the doctor now. And this scene, seen by my brother, made him sneer. That evening, my brother arranged for me to be transferred to a Cedars-Sinai medical center. However, he didn't tell me it was the Zhou family's hospital. It wasn't until Liu Zhou appeared in front of me that I found out. Liu Zhou wore gold-rimmed glasses, his tone gentle. We were supposed to meet in a few days, but it seems we've met earlier than expected. My brother, confused, asked, Do you know him? I didn't hide it. He's the matchmaker my mother introduced me to. Normally, when an arranged date shows up under these circumstances, people might show some disdain or dissatisfaction. But Liu Zhou didn't. He was as gentle as ever. There was even a sense of calmness in him that made me feel at ease. Looking at him, I almost blurted out, let's not wait a few more days. Let's just do it now. I'm very satisfied with Mr. Joe's conditions. What about you, Mr. Joe? My brother was sweating profusely. Now? On a day like this? He looked utterly stunned. If it were him, he would have definitely refused on the spot, or at least made an excuse. But Leo Joe's response was completely unexpected. Leo Joe pushed his glasses up. I'm also very satisfied with Miss Chen, so, can we say the match is successful? My brother froze. So did I. Did you think I would refuse? I'm not so shallow. I actually have a report here, something I believe Ching might be interested in. He called me Ching now? I hadn't even fully processed those two words before Leo Joe handed me a document. The words, Mia Chow Medical Report, on the cover were strikingly obvious. I flipped through a few pages, my eyes stopping at the conclusion. All indicators are within normal range. No organic lesions found, and so on. Mia Chow doesn't have cancer? I looked up, startled. Leo Joe's face suddenly loomed larger in front of me. You've got the report. What do I stand to gain? I extended my hand, running my thumb across his thin lips. I heard that Joe grandfather is turning 70 next week. I'd like to attend with you. From the smile in Leo Joe's eyes, I could tell he was pleased with my offer. There had been rumors that old Master Joe's health had been declining, and he was eager for Leo Joe to settle down and start a family. That's why Leo Joe had been so eager for the matchmaking. Leo Joe gently grasped my wrist, pulling my hand away from his lips, his fingertips unintentionally brushing over my palm. Rest well. There's an auction next week. Come with me. I nodded. After Leo Joe left, my brother pulled a chair in front of me and began interrogating me. Tell me, what's going on between you and Ethan Shen? It's exactly what you saw. We've been in a secret relationship for 5 years. We were planning to go public this year, but he ended up marrying Mia Chow. I spoke in a flat tone. What had once been heartbreakingly painful seemed like a story from a past life now. No wonder you were so angry on your birthday. It turns out Ethan Shen let you down. Thinking about it, my brother slapped himself in frustration. I even tried to advise you to be magnanimous. What a scoundrel. Ching, I'm at fault here too. I've been so busy with work. I didn't take care of you properly. Don't be too sad. Losing the baby might not be a bad thing. With a father like that, it might be better if the child never came into this world. I had never imagined I'd be pregnant with Ethan Shen's child. Had this been before, I would have eagerly awaited his arrival. But now, all I felt for Ethan Shen was disappointment. The loss of the child severed the last connection between him and me. But he was still my child. Now, he had died at the hands of Ethan Shen and Mia Chow. New grudges and old grudges. I would make them pay, with interest. On the day of the auction, just as I arrived at the venue, Leo Joe sent me a message. Open black lens bracket, there's some traffic on the road. I'll be a little late. Go ahead and rest in the venue and wait for me. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket, Ethan Shen will be here too. Don't worry, I've got this. I had always kept my distance from men like Leo Joe. He was notorious in the capital's elite circles. In his youth, he was allowed to roam free by old Master Joe, living a dangerous life. After making a name for himself abroad, he was brought back to take over the Joe family business. Leo Joe's methods were ruthlessly efficient. Anyone who crossed him never had a good ending. For someone like him to catch my mother's eye and become a matchmaker for me, to me, he was a dangerous presence. But this dangerous person gave me a sense of security that Ethan Shen could never give me. When Leo Joe was late, I had no choice but to enter the venue alone. When the staff saw my invitation, their previously indifferent expressions immediately turned respectful. Miss Shen, Mr. Joe has instructed us to take excellent care of you. Your seat is upstairs. Please follow me. I had come to auctions with my brother before, and the second floor was VIP only, reserved for the wealthy. Just as I was about to head upstairs, a familiar figure blocked my path. It was Ethan Shen. His eyes were bloodshot, as if he hadn't slept in days. Ching, let's talk. His voice was hoarse, his attitude sincere. We have nothing to talk about. I tried to walk around him, but Ethan Shen stubbornly blocked my path. Curious gazes from around us began to fall on us. Seeing my darkened expression, he seemed at a loss. Ching, she was planning to pull out of the stock. The bidding has failed. Ching, without you, I'm nothing. Please come back to me. I pointed to Mia Chow, who was walking toward us. Mr. Shen, your wife is right there. Mia Chow arrogantly looped her arm around Ethan Shen's, her face full of provocation. Ching, what a coincidence. I didn't expect to run into you here, but you're in the wrong place. That's the VVIP lounge. Ah Chuan doesn't even have access. People like you don't belong here. I glanced at Ethan Shen, who hadn't said a word. You want me to come back? Now she's insulting me, and you do nothing? I was waiting to see how determined he was to get me back. Ethan Shen flustered, trying to explain. Yu Guang isn't like that. She's unwell. Don't hold this against her. We're in the process of divorcing. Ching, please don't leave me. Ethan Shen, so this is all you can do. Fine. I smiled bitterly. No need for a divorce. You two are locked together for life. Don't come out and harm others. Mia Chow thought I had gone mad and tried even harder to flaunt it. Ching, even though you lost the child, I've done what you wanted. I'm divorcing Ah Chuan. Why are you still pushing me? Are you jealous that Ah Chuan gave me 20% of the Shen family stock? 20% of the Shen family stock. Ethan Shen truly spoiled Mia Chow. The Shen family was in turmoil, and all the other families were fighting to buy up the scattered stocks. By giving away 20%, his position as CEO was now in jeopardy. He kept the best for Mia Chow and left the worst for me. Ethan Shen, is this your love? Turns out the mistress wanted to use the child to force the legitimate wife into a divorce, but she couldn't even keep the child. She got what she deserved. Looking all prim and proper, yet eyeing other people's husbands. How low. At this point, whispers spread around us. Mia Chow's smugness was almost overflowing. I couldn't be bothered to argue with them anymore. I casually forwarded the surveillance footage my brother had retrieved from the company to the internet. Mia Chow, I hope you can still be so smug after this. With that, I turned and went upstairs. But suddenly, a force shoved me into the stair railing. Luckily, I grabbed onto the nearby banister in time and didn't fall down. Ethan Shen instinctively reached out to help me, but Mia Chow cried out, Ah Chuan, it's my fault. I accidentally bumped into Ching. I'm in so much pain. Am I dying? This time, Ethan Shen didn't pay attention to her. He came straight over to help me. But I pulled away. Ethan Shen, you're still deceiving yourself. If you really want to apologize, then face everything head on. Ethan Shen looked bewildered. Until the surveillance footage went viral, trending on the internet. That day, it was Mia Chow who fell on her own. It had nothing to do with me. Because of you, I lost my child. 5 years of sincerity turned into a joke, and I was mocked as a shameless dream girl. Ethan Shen, what do I mean to you in your eyes? The truth is right in front of him. But Ethan Shen still doesn't believe it. It's impossible. There must be something wrong with the surveillance footage. Wan Yi isn't this calculating. Who sent you this video? It must be someone trying to stir things up. The facts are right in front of him, but he still defends Mia Chow. This time, I couldn't hold myself back and slapped him. Mia Chow screamed, Chloe Song, what the hell are you doing? She held Ethan Shen's face with a look of pain. After seeing the video, Mia Chow's face changed instantly, and Ethan Shen immediately noticed. Ethan Shen shoved her away and asked hoarsely, is it true or not? This video is fake. Don't believe it. Mia Chow's eyes were filled with tears. Ethan Shen always falls for her act. No matter when, he always believes her. Seeing his doubts weaken, Mia Chow continued to justify herself. Why would I try to break you two up? I'm dying. You're the one I can't let go of. I couldn't bear to leave you alone in this world after I'm gone. If you end up with Miss Song, I'll be okay with that. I scoffed. Great performance. Mia Chow, if you're nominated for an Oscar, I'll vote for you. How about you take a look at the second trending topic, the 66-page PowerPoint, all about you. In the 66-page PowerPoint, besides the forged cancer diagnosis, there were also financial transactions made under the pretense of medical treatment, money transferred from Ethan Shen to her, all ending up in her overseas account. Ethan Shen's face turned pale. He looked at Mia Chow in disbelief. Mia Chow panicked and started stammering. No, Chuan, this is slander. It's Chloe Song trying to frame me. Leo Zhou's assistant handed me Mia Chow's medical report on time. It was irrefutable evidence. Ethan Shen seemed to have lost all his strength, his eyes fixed on Mia Chow. Why? Mia Chow was still struggling to stay afloat. It's the Song siblings. They couldn't stand losing their shares. They deliberately forged the evidence. A couple of days ago, I saw Chloe Song buying a ring. She hasn't given up on being Mrs. Shen. I sneered. Who said I want to marry Ethan Shen? Mia Chow became furious. If you don't marry Ethan Shen, who else could you marry? Just then, Leo Zhou walked over with an imposing presence, making everyone step aside. He wrapped his arm around my waist, declaring his dominance with a clear voice. The man she's going to marry is me. Do you have a problem with that? Ethan Shen stumbled back, his face darker than before. Mr. Joe, this can't be. He just couldn't believe I would leave him. After 5 years. He knows better than anyone how much I loved him. So he abused me, sure that I wouldn't leave. But I'm a person. Hearts can grow cold, and love can be exhausted. 5 years of genuine feelings, and all I got in return was betrayal and lies. It's just absurd. Ethan Shen, this time, it's really over. Leo Joe took my hand and led me upstairs. Ethan Shen was still in a daze. I'm already divorcing. Why are you still leaving? Is it because Leo Joe's family background is better than mine? If Leo Joe wasn't holding my hand, I really wanted to slap him hard. After a while, the red lanterns lit up on the VIP floor. The crowd below erupted in excitement. It's buyout bid. Haven't seen it in so long. No wonder he's the head of the Joe family. Leo Joe made his first appearance. Ching and I are getting married at the end of the month, and I'm here for lot no. 5. Please be generous and let it go. That was a set of jewelry worth hundreds of millions and a silk cheongsam wedding gown embroidered with gold thread. Ethan Shen seemed to snap out of it, desperately trying to get to the second floor. Ching, I was wrong. I was wrong. Please don't marry anyone else. Forgive me. Didn't you want to go public with our relationship? I'll do it now. He tried to go upstairs but was stopped by Leo Joe's bodyguards, unable to do anything but stare at Leo Joe with bloodshot eyes. Mr. Joe, she's been with me for 5 years. She's not pure anymore. If you like her, I'll find someone younger, someone cleaner. Just give her back to me. Leo Joe's eyes suddenly turned cold. Someone, how can there be barking at the auction? Rip his tongue out. Ethan Shen, like a puppet whose soul had been drained, collapsed completely under the contempt of the crowd. Don't touch me. Get away. Leo Joe, you have no right to enforce private punishment. This is illegal. Leo Joe sneered. In South City, I am the law. Drag him away. I gently grabbed his hand and shook my head. The old master's birthday is in a couple of days. I don't want to see blood, and I also want to accumulate some merit for Leo Joe and the lost child. But Ethan Shen still needs to be punished. Let Shen Corporation go bankrupt. Ethan Shen's business model had fallen behind others too much. Bankruptcy was only a matter of time. The project I was working on could have saved it, but unfortunately, it was disrupted by a wedding fiasco. Maybe it was the fate of Shen Corporation. I just made it happen sooner. Bankrupt? What about all my hard work? Mia Chow laughed madly, her face swollen from Ethan Shen's slap. I calmly replied, it's your bad luck. Mia Chow glared at me like a venomous snake. Chloe Song, I will never let you have a good life. Never. The day after the auction, Leo Joe and I registered our marriage. The news of the head of the Joe family's quick wedding spread worldwide. But Leo Joe protected me well. Not a single media outlet exposed my face. I can't let people see my beautiful wife. That's what Leo Joe said. I didn't mind anymore. Being Mrs. Joe was certainly much more troublesome than being Chloe Song. Ethan Shen went back to the company, questioned the people in the office on the day of my miscarriage, and confirmed that Mia Chow had framed me. That night, Mia Chow was beaten so badly by him that her internal organs ruptured, and she was sent to the ER, needing a catheter for the rest of her life. As for Ethan Shen, he was arrested, deliberately causing chaos, and after a car explosion, he fled, wanted by the whole city. Until the day before our wedding, Ethan Shen, with half of his face ruined, broke into my room. He put evidence of Leo Joe's violent actions abroad in front of me. Ching, look at this. Leo Joe is no good. His hands are covered in blood. He's a heartless murderer. I'm the only one who truly cares about you. Come with me. It's not too late to turn back now. I was going to call for help. But then I accidentally saw a photo. Leo Joe had a wound on his face, almost half of it covered in blood, wearing a hooded sweatshirt. He was on the run, and someone took a picture of him. The photo was deleted at the same time I went abroad to study when I was 15. That very night, I saved a man who was covered in injuries. He was wearing a mask. I trembled, covering his nose and mouth. It really is him. Footsteps approached. Ethan Shen urged, come with me. Ching. I suddenly pushed him away, grabbed the desk lamp, and threw it at him, glass shards flying everywhere. Leo Joe, I shouted, my voice trembling with emotion. Ethan Shen's face changed dramatically, rushing to cover my mouth. Don't shout. Someone will hear us. Ching, be good. Leo Joe, with his bodyguards, broke down the door, quickly restraining Ethan Shen. He didn't care about the mad Ethan Shen, walked straight up to me, and gently held me in his arms. I'm here. Don't be afraid. Leo Joe, I remember you. We didn't just know each other when we were kids. When I was 1-5, we saved each other. Back then, after class, I passed by an alley. I saw a man, covered in wounds, curled up in a corner, wearing a black hoodie, his mask soaked in blood, with only his wolf-like eyes visible. I was so scared I wanted to run, but he suddenly grabbed my ankle. At the same time, someone nearby had a gun. A random attack. He pulled me into hiding, though he was barely able to protect himself. He still covered my ears. Don't be afraid. Strangely, those 2 words gave me great comfort. Just like now. Leo Joe, when did you recognize me? Leo Joe gently stroked my face. From the very beginning, when you were 8, I already knew you were my bride. How could I forget? You were 8. I was just born. Leo Joe laughed softly. So what? You were destined for me in your past life. Ethan Shen's eyes turned red, mumbling, Ching, you can only be mine. Die, Leo Joe, die. With that, he went mad and charged forward. Leo Joe shielded me, and Ethan Shen broke through the glass, falling from the 30th floor, ending his life. But our wedding wasn't delayed. A year later, we welcomed our first set of twins. Grandfather Joe's health was also gradually improving. I leaned on Leo Joe's shoulder, watching the 2 sleeping babies, feeling more fulfilled than ever. This time, I finally grasped the happiness that was truly mine.